Edith mentioned. "I appreciate your thoughtfulness very much." Lady Grantley patted Edith's arm. "I'm sure your mamma won't mind me saying this, but I quite consider you to be like a second daughter to me. And now that my own darling Maria has moved to the wilds of Ayrshire, well, it does me good to see young people in the place again, especially if they possess such pretty manners as yourself." "You are so kind," Edith said, touched. "Oh, nonsense. Christmas is a special time of year and worth spending with people one likes, if at all possible. Do you not agree? Though I feel it only fair to warn you that I may require something of your assistance in helping with certain matters, if you don't mind, Edith, my dear." "Of course, Mum." A noise from without made their hostess glance at the window. "Ah! Someone else has arrived." "Let it not be George." Fortunately, her mother seemed to read Edith's unspoken thoughts. "We shall go upstairs now and let you attend to your other guests." Mamma gave Lady Grantley a smile. "Thank you, Margaret. It is truly kind of you to have us stay again." "Well, I could not let my oldest friend and my dearest goddaughter suffer Christmas all alone. I'm so very glad you agreed to come." That made one of them. Edith pushed down the uncharitable thought, managed to murmur something of her pleasure, even though it seemed much of her anticipation at such a treat had turned to ashes. She followed her mother up the mahogany staircase, said to rival Hartwell Abbey's as one of the finest in England, past the tapestries of Arcadian delights, of music and feasts with convivial friends. She had been looking forward to visiting Grantley House, to being away where they need not count the cost of candles and cheese, to remembering their former life, even though it might prove challenging to know there would be others with whom she'd need to practice her rusty social skills. But now, to know he would be here. How would she ever manage? A few minutes later, having been taken to their adjoining rooms and approving them, and the views of snow-dusted hills, as very fine, they dismissed the maids and perched on the small blue settee beside the freshly lit fireplace in Mamma's room. "Well, my dear," Mamma patted Edith's hand, "how do you feel?" "I am sure we shall enjoy ourselves," Edith said, smoothing her grey skirts, avoiding the real question. "It will be good to spend time away from home, and Lady Grantley seems determined to ensure we find pleasure in the season." "Margaret is thoughtful, that is true. But no. I meant about the other." "The other?" Edith deliberately misunderstood her. Her mother's brown eyes, so much like Edith's own, studied her shrewdly. "You know who I mean. I assure you I had no idea George would be here. If I had, then I would have declined Margaret's hospitality, no matter how kindly she phrased things." "It is of no matter, Mamma. Truly." Edith looked away from her mother's too discerning, too compassionate gaze. She could not afford to let the all-too-easy tears have sway yet again. "I will be civil, and I'm sure he will be also. He is nothing if not a gentleman." She swallowed. George had been nothing but courteous at that last, most horrid meeting. Still she could not forget his pale face, the stricken eyes, even as he had murmured something of his completely misunderstanding the matter and apologised, and said he would not trouble her any more. Edith had no fault to find with him. He had proved gentlemanly through it all. It had been a matter of her pain, her pride, and something she had promised Grandmamma to never speak of again. But oh, how she wanted to explain, to beg forgiveness, to dare believe for a second chance, though she knew her actions.